everybody, Anthony here from the sailing vessel Sunspot. I am off of Lahaina, Maui right now. There you go, you can tell in the background there. And Lahaina is just a beautiful place. I love it. However, the sailing area, the waters around here can be quite challenging. There's a current that comes right across here, and usually it's about 4 knots. So if you combine that current with the wind shadows created by these mountains, East Maui Mountains, these are the West Maui Mountains. The East Maui Mountains are more off that direction. Then we have back over here, we have Molokai. And back over here, we have the island of Lanai. So in this general area, we've got quite a few mountaintops. And they can create some swirling winds, and those swirling winds combined with this current and the wind shadows created by these mountains can make sailing quite difficult. This morning I untied from a I don't know if you can see it, right off here there's a small buoy for larger vessels. I tied up there to try to catch some bait fish, and this morning I untied from there and proceeded to sail east by southeast. Well, that was about 5 hours ago, and between the wind shadows and the currents and the swirling winds, I'm now just back to where I started. My bow has pointed east by southeast the entire time, but I literally inched backwards slowly from the currents and the wind shadows. Every now and again the winds would catch me and I'd get launched forward a little bit, and then they'd swirl and change directions and I'd start going backwards again with the currents. And that's just what sailing between these islands is like. When you're in the middle of this Maui County area, Molokai, Lanai, Maui, it's quite difficult to sail. 4 or 5 hours, and I'm just back to where I started, entering back into the wind shadow of the West Maui Mountains. So I don't know what happened, but luckily the wind shifted out of the south all of a sudden, and I'm starting to propel. That's what got me back to where I started. Hoping the wind stays out of the south for a little while so I can get to my destination. Just 7 miles that way. 7 miles, and I've already been going for 5 hours. I love the Hawaiian Islands, but I hate trying to sail between Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. You really just got a motor. It can be maddening trying to sail in this area. But anyways, still living the dream off of Maui here. Thought I'd share that information with you guys. Some of you are going to come out to this area and sail these waters, and you'll quickly find out what I'm talking about. Anyways, Anthony from Sunspot. Aloha. Well, after all that, I don't know, 7 hours after I launched, or to go 7 miles away, I finally made it. And you can see it's fucking howling. These wind gusts that come out of these valleys, see if you can see it behind me, are just horrible. We're cruising along with 10, 15 knot winds, doing just fine. And all of a sudden, out of that valley, man, all hell breaks loose. I had full sail up too. Luckily, I was able to get my sails down in time before blowing them out or getting demasted. You can see it's still kind of a wreck. I got to stow everything away. My fishing lines all got tangled up. You can tell people over and over and over about how terrifying and how dangerous these wind gusts in this area is, and they'll never understand until they're out here dealing with it. My heart's racing right now. I got tangled fishing lines, tangled jib sheets, mast boom laying on the deck, and I'm grateful I was able to get my anchor down before anything got damaged. Easily 40-mile-an-hour gust came flying out of that valley. I knew it. It's just the wind had been out of the south, back this direction, after it shifted on me for the rest of that 7-mile sail, and then, boom, out of the east, gusting 40 instantly. It's terrifying. you know? I'm just glad I didn't get demasted or blow out a sail. It's tough sailing around these Maui County waters. Winds that go up over these mountains and then down them, accelerate down, and just nail you. The valleys that open up just open up to windstorms. The currents that come through here are just incredible. I've heard from lots of sailors, get out of here, go to Oahu where there's lots of leeward, go to the Big Island where there's lots of leeward areas. We've only got about 15 miles of leeward coastline here in Maui, and that's about it. The rest of it's susceptible to these crazy wind gusts. And it's just terrifying to sail in. I'm just glad I got the anchor dropped, and the winds are supposed to die down tonight, tomorrow. I hope so, because this is just draining. Living the dream. I'm sailing Vessel Sunspot. Take care, guys. Look, here we are, not even 90 seconds later, and it's calm. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Luckily, I saw the wind racing towards me, and I was able to get the main at least released and down enough. Or when I got hit, I didn't get demasted or blow out my sail. I mean, just 90 seconds later and it's dead calm. Not dead calm, but what, 5-mile-an-hour winds? I can't take much more of this. I've been complaining about the conditions of sailing around this island for a long time. It's isn't even the windy area. A few miles that way, Ma'alai Bay opens up over there. Man, you get around even close to that corner, and that Ma'alai Bay will eat you alive. I mean, there's a reason why that's where the windmills are in Maui, you know? This is like the windiest area of the entire state. And it's not that it's... I could take 30 mile an hour consistent, that's fine. I could... Not when it goes from 5 to 35, back to 5, to 20, to gusting to 40. You know, it's just insanity. Out of the southeast, out of the west, out of the east. All in minutes. It's horrifying. Alright. I just needed to get that out, man. This has been happening to me a lot these last few days, and it's just... I need to get it out.